So, you are a main character in this reality that you are experiencing. You could be picking up on NPCs and how much control you actually have, especially when you are aware of your thoughts, aware of attaching to certain beliefs. You're really pulling back the layers on things that were never yours, and you're constantly forgiving yourself because you didn't know what was happening. There was nothing that you could have done differently, and your acceptance of that is leading to room being made within your soul, within your vessel, for something very new, but also very old at the same time. What I mean by that, you could be seeing elephants, you don't have to be, but there's a very ancient knowledge coming to you. You could have already been experiencing this innately, doing things without fully understanding, and then spirit unveils it to you. Your higher self kind of sends you these signs, these synchronicities. You're logging things. You're actually, it's like you're categorizing. You're creating your own language with the universe, and it's not something other people can understand. And the more that you remind yourself to revel in it for yourself, it's not about getting credit or showing off. There's an energy of wanting to share it, but also knowing that there's a way to share this when with others, because others are still working through that egoic filter. So they're going to take your kindness as possibly a power play or something like that, but that's not how you function. That's not your intention. So being more aware of what you share and how you share it in the moments it's actually going to be received in the way it's meant to be received is charging you. It's literally charging a portal within you, and it's allowing all of that stuff to like disintegrate, melt away, peel back, however you want to envision it and visualize it. Because there is an ancient knowledge which is new for this time. You know, it's never, people talk about like, I get bored easily. So to hear that everything is the same, it is to a certain extent, but it comes in a new form, in a new way. And I'm not talking about when we're stuck in the karmic patterns, and that's a different thing. I'm talking about when we start noticing, it's usually a 12-year pattern. I'm about to complete my 36th year here on planet Earth. And I have started to notice and pick up on a 12-year pattern, at least for me, in things that I go through during certain transits and certain planetary shifts. Maybe this is something you should do, or this is something you are doing, and it is unlocking some very ancient knowledge to help in this time frame. But what I was saying is, yes, this energy has, it's a spiral. It keeps coming out and out and out, and it keeps going round and round and round circles, but it comes in a new energy and a new frequency. That's why this moment will never happen again. You will never be here ever again. To realize the sacredness in being alive, being here in a body right now, consciously aware and awake, is such a blessing. That is a gift. You know, like they say, there's nothing like the present moment, because it is a gift. It's a present. And the more we sit in that energy of just like, holy crap, I was never separate. I'm in spirit. Everything is spirit. Everything is consciousness. Maybe you've had this kind of experience, whether with help with plant medicine or not from plant medicine. And if you haven't, maybe this is a message that you're about to experience this. Just know that you're safe, you're loved, you're protected. And that's what you will experience. But the moment we allow fear to come into that portal or that energy space, it can allow other entities to come in. So being very aware and say, like, the thought can happen. Don't get scared about the thought. It's if you attach to it, if you claim it as, oh my gosh, I probably should be scared. No, because you are one with everything. When you go into that state and you meet other people, they are in that state of consciousness of oneness. Not all of them, but I mean in the sense of, that'll be confusing. Because they're not in the same consciousness as you, but they are part of the all, the one. So it's really cool because sometimes you'll get messages about it and then you'll meet somebody and what comes out of their mouth is almost like God is speaking straight to you. And and a lot of the times some people say it unconsciously. Maybe you used to give messages to people and it freaked them out and you didn't understand it. It was spirit and other spirits trying to get messages to their loved ones or, so I'm probably talking to a medium. 555 on the timer. Let me move on. There's been a lot of shifts. I've been going through a lot of changes. Have you guys been going through a lot of changes or experiencing these higher states of consciousness, of just like permeated bliss? Yeah, let me know. Elephants embody ancient wisdom that speaks to the soul. With their gentle strength and deep insight, elephants remind us to honor our ancestral knowledge and cherish the wisdom of the past with grace and compassion. Elephant teaches us the importance of patience, perseverance, and resilience. Despite their immense size and strength, elephants are gentle creatures known for their calm and steady nature. They endure long journeys across vast landscapes, overcoming obstacles with patience and determination. In our lives, the elephant spirit encourages us to nurture patience, to persevere in the face of adversity, and to remain consistent in our pursuit of our goals and dreams. In elephant's presence, we find guidance to embrace our unity with all living beings and to walk the path of life with wisdom and humility. Your affirmation is, I am a vessel of wisdom, guided by the light of knowledge within me. Wisdom flows through me, steers my decisions. I navigate life's challenges with clarity and grace. There is something about navigation or like the north, south, east, west sign. So you carry a sacred knowledge about you. That's why you've went through all of these very difficult situations, these traumatic events, these hills, these obstacles. It was to push you more towards yourself. It was so that you would go within and seek yourself, the truth of what's really going on. Did you hear that motorcycle? 819. Ooh. You were literally built for this, but things aren't going to be like they have been. This is the upswing. This is where everything becomes untangled, very organized. I just heard bedazzled. I'm not sure why. Bedazzled. You're isn't that like, yeah, bedazzled the pants or something? One of those times where I do wish I had the camera on, but I am trying to do these reads a little bit differently. So I was pulling the card and the Queen of Coins came out, which is the third eye chakra. Very loving, very nurturing energy. A lion could be significant. You taking your crown, like the Queen of Coins, the Pentacles are all the other queens wrapped up to make the Queen of Coins, the physical, the actual, and also spiritual. The Pentacles can speak of the spiritual nature as well, but very loving, nurturing, abundant, And then the Five of Wands wanted to fly out sideways. Five of Wands, you know, competition, conflict, also just a very fiery, tense energy. But we've also learned that the Five of Wands energy is needed sometimes to get us out of stagnation or out of a certain energy, but it can come in a very loving, graceful way. It just all depends on how you look at it and how you're going to handle the energy. And for whoever I'm talking to, it's like you know to sit back and observe and not be taken by emotions. You're very balanced, very old soul. I'm getting like you've done this many times before, so you're like hitting all the milestones very quickly. But so when I was like, is this, it's also like, do you see how this girl right here is kind of standing up and all these others are like, I feel like it's a challenge for you to be in high tense situations, but you have been built by this, you know, this determination, this very resilient energy, and you have a very strong memory. Maybe some things happen with alcoholism or some other substances or just trauma situations. Maybe your mind created other memories so that you could handle the situation. And that has been part of the process of you unfolding and unraveling these layers about yourself. And it's like you have got to a point where you are able to handle more and more of these truths, these memories, you know, things that are unlocked that were an illusion might have been created around them. We can do that ourselves. Others can also have an impact on us if they're seeing through an unhealed filter. That's why it's not good to listen to gossip. A majority of the time, you can tell one story to 5 people all in a row, and it's never going to be this. It's never going to be told the same because it's word of mouth, and we add our own perceptions to the story depending on our own filters. So, excuse me. So, help me out with the question. What was it that I asked? Because I did want to know if this was the third eye, if there was a challenge to do with somebody's third eye. And I was like, is it competition? Is this energy, whoever this reading is for, have a challenge with tense, pressure building situations? But you've been built for this. And because I looked down at the elephant when I asked that, and the Six of Wands came out. Like, you have something about you that you can go from these Five of Wands energy to this Six of Wands very easily, because you have a higher perspective and you've been through a lot. And these experiences have built a wisdom in you that you know that you can walk away. There are certain situations that you can just walk away from. You don't have to feed in to the jealousy, the envy, or, oh my God, something's wrong with me. It's like, no, I know nothing's wrong with me because you've put in the work. You've done so much work on yourself. You know your triggers. You know when there are entities in spiritual warfare, you could be guided to Psalms, you know. You just have to hear it, and that's like Spirit telling you, hey, or your higher self is like, hey, let's pull up some Psalms, let's say some prayers. And it's usually certain times of the year that this happens. At least that's what I've been noticing. And maybe you've been picking up on this as well. Justice is at the bottom of the deck. I feel like in these periods of injustice, when you know not to feed into the energy because it's not going to serve a purpose, it's like completely ignoring it. I just heard, what is his name? Oh my gosh, from like the UK. Oh gosh. Anyway, he just ignores. Like when somebody's gaslighting him, and he's just like, no, not. Oh, look over there. There's a bird. Would you look at that? Just doesn't pay it any mind at all, and it actually does take that power back. I mean, and even just looking at them, like, or repeating the question back to them so they can really hear themselves. Like, what was it you just asked me? And then most of the time they're going to change their wording. So pay attention to that. The Princess of Cups wanted to come out. Green butterflies. This chalice, this is a beautiful card. I'm seeing a lot of heart heart chakra energy, moving forward in a very balanced way here with the root chakra, the Chariot in the upright. I see you in childlike wonder. It's like being fearless. You know how children are so fearless? It's before that light has been taken that they like to do. You know, to many of us. Oh, it's all about being an adult. No, it's good to be eternally youthful from the inside. And that's what I see here for the viewer. Whoever you are, you have a great balance within you, which is allowing all of these shifts to take place. Let's get something here with this Princess of Cups. But I see you moving forward with, like, not giving too much either. Not like oversaying. Yeah. Okay, hold on one sec. We have the Two of Swords here with the sacral chakra. There is something you're not seeing because the Princess of Swords is here in the reverse at the bottom. Don't, let's remember not to flaunt. We can celebrate behind closed doors, but we don't want to generate, we want to make it easier on ourselves, right? It's not about flaunting it, but also do shine your light. I don't want anybody dimming their light. If you feel like celebrating, screaming, whatever, that's great, do it. But I'm talking more of the point of, I used to love sharing the things that I got or I received, because I wanted to share it with other people. Didn't realize it was being taken as like, oh, look what I have. Like, yeah. So being aware of that is really important. But what is this with the Two of Swords? Something about smoke. Either, I don't want to say that. Somebody could have some kind of divided loyalty. Six of Coins in reverse. Yeah, but this hasn't been around very long. What is this? Something that has brought you mental chaos. Your psyche. Something was attacking your psyche. Okay, I'm hearing that this is a confirmation for somebody because you just went through this. You succeeded. There was some kind of energy that was building up tension and pressure up against you, especially on your third eye. But you opened your heart. You moved forward. You chose not to invest in something because it was causing confusion. It was causing a blindness. Like there was smoke. And with the Seven of Coins here in reverse, this is something that was just very recent or very short term. Like it, you'll know what this is. It's just, it hasn't been going on a very long time. This is separate. If you've been going through this prior to that, that was a different ordeal. This is something else. This is something that wasn't going on for a very long time. Maybe you thought you were free or something, and then you became more confused, didn't know what to do, divided loyalty. Do I go this way? Do I go that way? Do I need to think this way? Do I need to think this way? And it caused so much, and this is a lot of sacral chakra. So this could have been draining your creative energy. Okay. Why are we hearing about this? Wow, the way that flipped out. Four of Swords in the upright. Because you're meditating, you're recovering from this right now. And you need to be told this so that the rest of the healing can take place. A lot of mental healing. Like this is green. So your head, heart, coherence, your connection, and how you were transmitting this electrical impulse, this emotion through your brain and through your heart. Interesting. for healing. Yeah, so that you can heal from this. You made the right decision. Whatever this was, you made the right decision. You could be an earth sign, or you're just in this earth. You're in the process of it become how you've been feeling on the inside is being made manifest externally to you. Beautiful. Beautiful, you guys. This is amazing. 7 of Wands. Look at that. With all these six, because we already have this, where is that? 6 of Wands. She's got her arms up. She's taking that mark like, yo, I made it. I'm not buying into this 5 of Wands. That ain't my monkey, ain't my circus. I'm not doing it. And then look, you've got your wand in your hand. You've got the success. I see you very protected. 7 of Wands is like also you're taking actionable steps to protect yourself. So a lot of spiritual hygiene. But I don't feel it's like a defense mechanism. I don't feel like it's not like you have your guards up. It's more like you are very confident in your success, in your triumphs in the past, and trusting that intuitional nudge, that instinctive energy that this Princess of Cups is giving me. Very heartfelt, very childlike wonder, like you're following your internal youth that God has gifted you this with the present moment. Like you're staying in the present moment and you're honoring your feelings. You're honoring what your body is telling you. And it's lighting you up. It is lighting you up. Knight of Wands also flipped out. So I'm getting the heart chakra to the upper chakras. So you're coming into some kind of alignment. It's probably because you've made room. You're making room. You're finalizing this meditation, this recovery, or you're in it right now to like reboot your system. I'm getting to like replenish yourself. Because you have ancient wisdom. You have sacred knowledge. It's like this needed to be dealt with so that this new thing could come in. Knight of Wands. I feel like you're going to be getting some kind of quick act, like Wands, fire energy. So like being prompted to go do something with a passion. And you might not even know where it's coming from, but you're going to follow that intuitional guide, that divine will. Your third eye is going to show you something. And with the 7 of Wands, with the crown chakra, your crown, your heart, everything is in balance. We did see a base chakra earlier, but there's not one on the board. Sacral is missing, or solar plexus is missing as well. Judgment, the call. You might be called to I told you, with this Knight of Wands, being called to do something, an actionable location, a passion, moving with passion, moving with enthusiasm. So recovery is very important. Meditating, praying, reminding yourself, saying out loud, you are protected, you are healthy, you are wealthy, you are that bitch. Something like that. You could be seeing X's as well, hearing the trumpets, seeing pictures of trumpets. Maybe your delivery guy's name was Gabriel. Pay attention to these things. 2332. Pay attention. Pay attention to your dreams. Talk to that crystal. Give it intention. Put it under your pillow. Everything has a consciousness, and they all have different abilities and can help us in multiple different ways. If we speak, if we have intention, if we thank it, if we have no ill will or intent, everything's going to work out. 9 of Cups. Everything's going to work out. Okay? Everything is going to be okay. We also have 88. I'm not going to take them, but it's the 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords in reverse. That somebody was trying to do work on you, and they wanted to stir up the past, but with these in reverse, this is not happening. You sent this energy back. This was probably root work too. With this being red, you could have felt very unstable, scarcity mindset. You didn't feel safe anywhere. Couldn't feel safe in your own body. Maybe your nervous system was going haywire. I want you to know that your system is having a reboot, and this is not going to happen to you again. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just knocked some of the stuff off.
Sometimes stuff gets knocked down sometimes, as long as you pick it up, okay? to put those back in. But yeah, somebody did some spiritual work on you. It did not work. You are protected. You've been working so much on yourself that it got sent back. So, yeah. Princess of Coins in the reverse. There might have been a fire sign that did this from your family. 10 of Cups. Oh my God. Okay. Not for everybody. Can also be somebody you considered family. What's their outcome? I don't know why I'm asking for an outcome. Oh, 3 of Cups. And there's our solar plexus energy. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. This is also just a lot of like celebration energy, being very giddy and getting back to like your silly self and just lightheartedness and a lot of emotional celebration. If for somebody that's looking for soul family, you're going to be guided to those people that make you feel like you don't have to be alone. We have the 9 of Wands in reverse. There might be a time that your solar plexus is going to recharge. So there might be a time of fatigue and just, again, that rest energy. Allowing your body to rest when it's calling for rest. Honoring our body and what it needs and not forcing it. Not drinking this or taking that in order to push it. I know sometimes I've done that in the past and it did help me and I honored that part of me and I respect that part of me, but I also know that I know better now and there's an energy and a power that I can call on to supplement that. So there's no shame at all. We've all made some crazy, terrible decisions, but it's all about learning from them and moving on and honoring that part of ourselves, not shaming it or guilting it or I was terrible at that. No, none of that. You did the best that you could with the information that you had at that point in time. And with the 9 of Wands, again, in reverse, that can talk about the wounded warrior doing everything alone, not giving up, like never giving up, but doing everything by yourself. With the 3 of Cups next to the 9 of Wands on reverse, this is giving me the outcome is you're not going to be alone. You're not going to be alone. And the people, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm great by myself. But you're passing a milestone marker that all of these past energies, the work that they have done, the other entities, they've come up against you. You have fortified yourself. You have a strict routine and a discipline about up here and outside on all aspects of yourself. You've worked on it so much that the people that start coming into your life because you know how to discriminate, a healthy discrimination, there's no judgment, there's no nothing, it's just that's past you and you are going forward, you're moving upwards and you're just not giving attention to the past versions of you, but still honoring and respecting that because spirit will test us and bring in past versions of ourselves that's inside another body. They're going through something that you've already went through. How will you treat them? You don't need to overgive, okay? And that's the test, is like listening, being a listening ear, being empathetic, being compassionate, and letting them hear what they need to hear while not overgiving and thinking that it's your responsibility to fix them, because it's not. And that is where a lot of us have overgiven our power, because we're like, oh my gosh, we need to be the martyr. We need to fix. And, oh, I know how to fix this, so I should be the one. No, they need to learn themselves. The only thing you can do is really be a loving, supportive soundboard. Without judgment. 9 of Coins at the bottom of the deck. I didn't even see that. So we got 999 out. Oh, 9999. We have all the 9s out here. Out of like 10 cards. We got all the 9s out here, or 11 cards, 12 cards. So this is you. Your sacral energy is about, like with this 9 of Swords, these are the sacral. We do have 9 of Cups. So that is what it was. And now what's coming in is the 9 of Coins and the 9 of Cups. Okay. Moving on to calmer waters mentally. There might be some situations where you have to work alone. But you're not going to be bored. You're not going to be bored. And like you're so aware of the beast within you. Beauty and the Beast. You are Beauty and the Beast. And you know exactly when somebody's trying to get your beast to roar. And you're just like, calm down, kitty. I love you, kitty. It's okay. You're going to be just fine. Because we see through all of the illusions. All of the illusions of what true abundance really is. What true passion and love really is. Much deeper. Much, much deeper. I'm also hearing for somebody, if you are looking for a partner, you need to quit going for your type, because your type is actually linked to somebody that really traumatized and hurt you in the past. So maybe looking outside of your normal preferences. Not integrity and morality, though. Okay? I'm talking about like maybe physical. Make sure they're taking care of themselves. But I shouldn't even say that. But anyway. Okay. I can't believe I've been on that deck this whole time. Oh, alright. Oshonzin. Oh, show us what we need to see for this Queen of Coins. The Miser. So that is kind of funny because when I look at this picture, it kind of looks like the same thing. Like she's holding that coin. And then she's like kind of hoarding a bunch of stuff. Interesting. I feel, because it is the Four of Pentacles, I'm also getting very grounded energy. Peacock feathers could be significant, but I'm getting a very, very grounded energy. The Master. Okay, I wanted to clarify it. I'm going to put it back. Okay, and again, circle, circle, circle. So, you are the Master. And this is actually, you're a master at keeping yourself grounded, holding on to things that's actually of value. Thank you, Spirit. That's what it is. You have learned to actually know what is of value and what is like a consumer. You know, what is for you and what is not for you. And that's your power. That's your strength because you know yourself. So what are we going to pull from here? Let's get one on the situation. Receptivity. That's what I'm saying. You thought it was a challenge with your, again, something about your dream, with the dream here. With the Five of Wands, the Six of Wands, this Prince of, with the situation that you just triumphed over, this is the overall message that Spirit is telling you. Receptivity. You were receptive to all of this. Okay, thank you. You were the Master, the Miser. You knew what was of value. You knew what was yours, what was not. That gave you this triumph. You weren't in for the games. You weren't in for the mind games. You saw somebody trying to, it's like a hook. They were trying to fish for you. But you were actually the bait. And you're like, not my monkey, not my circus. This is not for me. So that's why you triumphed, because you followed the messages Spirit was leading you to. You followed your gut and your instincts, and you became aware of some kind of confusion, some kind of creative block in your sacral energy that was causing a lot of, like, this is 11 swords with the Two of Swords and the Nine of Swords. That's a lot on the mind. And you could have kept getting messages like, get out of your mind, get into your body. And you did that. You were receptive to those messages, which led you to a victory over this entire situation, and you leveled up. You hit that milestone. Receptive to new love, receptive to your love. Because the princess is even holding that cup. It's so cool. Your water and your fire are very balanced. I also heard the other day it's ice and fire. I don't know, I was laying in bed and I was like, all of a sudden was like, oh, it's not really water, it's ice. But it can still be water and fire for other situations. But just for me in that moment, I was like, ice and fire. It is kind of more the polar opposite, you know? So let's, for this, no, we'll pull one here and one for the outcome. This could be your vibe is what my phone just said. And then the source came out. You are recovering, you're tapping back into source, you're replenishing your protective energy, you're being called to move with action and passion in some kind of way, and this is from source. This is falling on the Nine of Cups in Judgment, the Nine of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Four of Swords. So source is replenishing you at this time, or this is something you're about to go through, whatever this is for you on the time scale, time bracket. I don't know. Look at my hair. Consciousness comes out. You've got to be kidding me. Existence with the Magician. Past lives. And what's this other one? Possibilities. Oh my gosh. Okay. One, let's get this. Consciousness. This is for your outcome. You're manifesting consciousness for yourself and for others. You are in, the outcome is you being in such a blissful state of consciousness. What did I say? Permeated bliss at the beginning of the reading. The possibilities and potentials that you have with this past life knowledge and energy that is now coming back to you, because you have made space for this ancient knowledge to come in. 36, 36, 36, 36. Deep breath. "36 signifies moving to a new level in your life. Encouraging you to balance your spiritual and creative energies, nurture yourself and your relationships, and use your unique talents to inspire others." Do you have any idea how amazing you are? You are ready to advance in your personal and spiritual life, indicating you've learned important lessons and are prepared for new experiences. I told you, you just completed something so monumental that it doesn't matter what somebody owns. You see somebody's true character and soul. You see the essence of who they are, and now you have officially learned how to not ignore the red flags, but respond with compassion and moving forward. It's not for you. There's nothing personal. It's just about moving forward and leveling up, hitting those milestones like it said. So I did. So we will end it with one of these, Spirit. So I have the Tao Oracle. Holy Spirit, what is the best card to finish this beautiful reading for the collective and everyone listening who has just overcame something huge and about to walk into like the most abundant part of your life? Okay, and we're getting two. Modesty, moderation, humility, keep it simple, lack of pretense, self-respect, sincerity, and respectability. This is that not rubbing it in other people's faces that I was mentioning. And I feel like Spirit is reiterating this for somebody, that not everybody wants to see you succeed. So sharing your triumphs with some people, you could end up getting a backlash because they don't know. It reflects a shortcoming in certain people's lives. And so by acknowledging that and knowing that it's not about not sharing things, it's just knowing who to share it with, so that you don't get that unhealed energy because, oh, they feel a certain kind of way because you're succeeding, and now you have to deal with that projected energy. You don't need it. You don't need the extra work. You're charging yourself up to be a very high vibrational, this beacon that is traveling through this experience of spirit and matter in the 3D, to help spread more of spirit, spread more of the love, spread more of this frequency, and awaken others. The receptive, the yielding yin principle, devoted, patient, supportive, obedient, responsive, intuitive, earthly mother. Who are you? Who are you? Because you're so tapped into the mother energy, receptiveness, source. And I'm also getting actually divine masculine and feminine here with the source. You are a master of something. You have picked up on the true value of situations and people, and you've overcome these mental energies so much that you're getting quicker and quicker and quicker. Like I said, the spiral, it comes back in a new form, in a new way. It's never the same way. And now you're really picking up on this because you're so receptive. You're learning to stay in this modest energy. And maybe that's what you're already doing. Maybe you're not flaunting it in front of people and you're literally noticing how your energy is being recharged. You're able to keep it within. Ooh, that's it. You didn't, not my monkey, not my circus. You didn't give in. You chose to heal yourself, which just gave you even more protection, which helped you eliminate these mental energies, which is bringing you into this outcome of celebration, emotional celebration, and knowing that you no longer have to do this stuff by yourself. And there's going to be some kind of other fire energy that's coming into play as well. And with magician and consciousness, you are choosing to manifest consciousness, higher experiences, better possibilities, and integrating whatever past life energy. That's what this is. This was past life. And it's like you hit this milestone, you've hit this new level. So congratulations to whoever you are. You've done it. You're doing great. Keep going. Keep loving yourself. Keep resting and taking, and go be bored. Go be bored for a day. Don't plan anything. Be bored. Where does your intuition guide you and tell you to go? You will be pleasantly surprised. Okay? I love you. The universe loves you, and everything's working out for your best and your highest good. Until next time.